Hey guys, Sam here with something a little bit different for you today. I've got 5 proven ways to convert inbound leads. I'm going to put together a guide as well, so if you haven't got time to watch a video or if you just want something a bit more detailed written down, the guide will be in the description below, a link to that. So let's jump straight in. We all know that awesome buzz feeling where we get when a fresh lead gives you a call, fills out a form or emails you. We just want to get onto it and we want to start a conversation. Stage 1 of the 5-step process is do a quick bit of research. So type the prospect's name into LinkedIn, find out more about them, so about them, their job title, their company size, just so you're not going in blind. Move straight into stage 2, which is speed. So there's plenty of stats that show the quicker that you get onto a lead, the quicker you get in touch, the better your chances of converting and doing business with the prospect are. I've seen ridiculous cases where companies haven't given their sales rep leads for hours and days, which is just harming their conversion and chances of winning the project or business. So what I recommend is if you own the business, if you're a small business owner, make sure the leads go straight to your email, linked up to your smartphone, or if you've got a team of sales reps, make sure the leads go to the relevant sales rep. So even if it's outside working hours, 7, 8, 9 p.m, they can email the lead and just say, look, thanks for getting in touch. Would love to chat with you tomorrow. Is 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. best to chat? And get that meeting booked in, get that discovery call booked in for the next day so it's ready to rock and roll. Which moves us in to the discovery call or discovery emails or even Skype or Zoom call with your prospect. So the main thing we want to do is to get this prospect to open up. One great question for this is, John, what motivated you to get in touch with us today? And it may be that they say, look, well, I saw a Facebook ad. Well, okay, great, John. What specifically though, I see a lot of ads, John. What specifically made you want to get in touch with us? And then just shut up. Start taking notes because they may give you everything you need at this stage. They may not. They may just say something very basic like, well, the ad looked good and I need help with this. They may say a lot more. Either way, it moves us on to the next step, which is proper qualification during the discovery call or via email, whatever form you use to communicate with them. One important thing to remember is that not everyone that gets in touch is going to be qualified to do business with you and you to them. So we want to ask sensible questions, smart questions that let us know whether they're going to be a good fit to do business with them and us to them fast. So I recommend setting a upfront contract fast. So that might be something like, John, really appreciate you getting in touch. Looking forward to having a conversation with you today and learning more about your business and to see if we can help. I've got a few questions. You may have a few questions for me too. If at any stage you feel that this is not something for you and I feel that it's not something for us, is it okay to tell each other no? And then get a yes from John or your prospect. And then so likewise, if it may be that we both decide that it is a good fit and we are able to do business together, so can we spend some time at the end of the call to discuss the next steps and yeah, get a yes for this as well. And then jump straight in. So you want to understand about the goals, about their objectives, about the pains they're having, the impacts of the pains. We want to understand time frames, when they want to get done, budget, and of course decision makers as well. So let's get the prospect to open up. It might be that we're a CRM software solution provider. They might have said, look, we've got issues with our current CRM. So let's dive into it. We'll say, look, John, I understand you're having problems with your current CRM. Can you tell me more about that? And it might be that he says, look, well, our CRM doesn't link well to Gmail, so our guys are wasting time. So you say, well, what do you mean wasting time, John? Tell me a bit more about that. You might say, well, we're losing selling hours at the moment because we've got to manually input data from Gmail or wherever we get our data into the CRM each and every day. How much time, John? Roughly an hour a day. Ooh, that's 5 hours a week, 20 hours per month. That sounds like quite a lot of time, John. He might open up at this stage. He might say, yeah, it's 20 hours a month, man. We're losing a lot of selling time. It's having quite an impact on our business. And it's quite frustrating. So take notes whilst you're talking to the lead. Get as much juicy info you can on the goals, the pains. So in this case, the pain is we're asking questions, we're prodding to the fact that he's losing a lot of selling time because him and his team have got to manually input all their data into the CRM when what they really need is something that can link into their email. Let's say it's Gmail. Save the time. Understand, so move on, ask questions about their average order so you can understand roughly how much they're losing with all this time that they can't be selling. Then, once you've got all that, Find out who's involved in the process. So a good question you could ask is, John, as well as yourself, who would we need to involve in this project? And it might be, he says, his head of IT, his sales director, maybe the CEO, possibly if they're a small company. Get all that info. Once you've got all that, say, okay, so this is something you want to do fast, John? Tell me a bit more about when you want to get this sorted out. And it might be he says as soon as possible, but don't settle for wishy-washy dates. So say, look, does as soon as possible mean by the end of this Friday? Does it mean by the end of this month? I know for everyone, different times mean different things. So get that date. It might be you want to start month end. Understand that. Once you've got the DMs, decision makers, once you've got the time frame, then once you've got all the information about when they want to get it done, their pains, their problems, the impact of the pains, everyone who's involved in the project and decision makers, then recap the goals. So say, John, so far I understand that your current CRM doesn't link up to your email, so you and your sales reps are losing 20 hours a month when you could be selling on manually inputting each and every day all this information, all the sales calls that you make. So you're wasting X amount of money because of this, and you guys are frustrated and you want to put this 20 hours selling time back into your week. Is that a fair statement, John? Make sure he says yes, or if he says not quite right, we'll get him to clarify and make sure you've got all the details. Then, so John, based on this, what's the investment that you've allocated to attack these goals? It may be that he doesn't tell you. He might give you the answer straight away. Great, you understand the budget. It might be that he says, I'm not sure, I was hoping you could help me, to which you can use something called bracketing. So you can say, look, well, okay, so for a basic solution, it may be £50 to £75 per month. For a medium range solution, customers often spend £150 to £200 per month, or for a high level solution that covers everything you need, long term, it's going to be £500 to £600 per month. Which of those, if any, John, do you think would make sense for you? And be quiet, let him finish. It may be that he says none, that's way out of a budget, to which you may ask, is there ever going to be budget? If he says no, then it's probably not going to be someone you can do business with, so end it there if there's no way that you can. If he says a solution, great, note that down. Then set the next steps, which is stage 5, the final stage. So what you want to do is you want to, depending on what you're selling, it might be that your transactional sales for small value. So once you've recapped all the goals, you could actually go through your solution and ask for the business there and then. So you might be say, look, based on this goals, this is going to cost this and this investment, this time frame. Does it make sense for us to proceed with this solution today? If he says yes, great, close the deal. If he says no, then you can ask, well, what about this doesn't make sense? And the prospect may open up right there and then. You explain their questions and get the deal done. It may be you're in a longer sales cycle, so you're not selling over the phone, one call close. So you've got to book a demo or you've got to book a presentation. So in that case, get the presentation or demo booked on the call. So say, look, let's say it's a Monday where we make the call. I've got some time Wednesday or Thursday. Would morning or afternoon be best for you on Wednesday or Thursday? And let them say what's best. It might be a bit of jiggling around, but get that meeting booked in, get them to accept the meeting on their calendar whilst you're on the call, and promise to fill in the agenda. So set the agenda later and make sure you do it. So get them to accept the meeting whilst on the call, fill in the agenda later, and that is pretty much it. So that's the full 5-stage process to making best use of inbound leads and improving your chances of converting them and getting those clear next steps. So either selling it if it's a small project, or setting the next step, so meeting booked or just demo. So if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe, and I'm more than happy to put together a video on nailing presentations and demo calls. Let me know what you think of the video, any points that you add, and have a great one. Cheers.